Hello drummy peoples. Today we have with us the Natal DNA Stealth. Stealth meaning quiet. Many of our customers come in and they want an acoustic drum kit. Many of our customers may have an electric and they've purchased electric from us and they just find it doesn't quite give them the feel that an acoustic drum kit gives. Now yes, there are electric drum kits that get pretty close. This is always the problem, the hi-hat, but many people find that with their budget, they can't afford the top-end electric drum kit because you're into thousands and thousands of pounds that get fairly close and it really look nice. So when they buy the more budget electric drum kit, they can often be very unfulfilling. There's no hi-hat stand. It's like a controller with a separate piece. It's a piece of rubber at the end of the day and plastic. They just don't get that feel out of it. But the problem they've got with a standard acoustic kit is the volume. Just the same as someone playing saxophone or trying to learn a violin. Any acoustic instrument comes with a volume. And often when people are first starting out on drums, they tend to hit them awful hard. So everyone then thinks that drums are noisy. They don't have to be played loud, but we tend to play loud when we first start. So that can kill the neighborhood. So a lot of people find they can't put them in the house, one, because there's a family in the house, or they can't put them in the garage because the neighbors complain. Some neighbors are very good, but a lot of the time it's just too much. So they have to almost only play for half an hour in the day, selected times. These are the sort of problems that people get when they have an acoustic drum kit. And we need to practice quite a lot to become really good at it. Drums are the easiest instrument in the world to start with because anybody can pick a stick up and hit a drum. However, they're one of the hardest instruments out there to master, to really have the finesse, where each limb knows what it's doing and it's a completely different ball game. So that's a different world and it takes hours upon hours upon hours to master the techniques in the hands and the feet to get that dexterity of being a real sweet drummer, so it doesn't feel like, oh, he's just killing the room. So, DNA Stealth. So Natal have come up with the concept of the Stealth drum kit. So what they have done is to replace the drum heads with mesh heads. And a mesh head's a fiber head, so it's basically loads of air can come through there, so there's no resistance to air. They put one on the bottom and on the top, plus the low volume cymbals. What these are is just loads and loads of holes in there so that, again, there's much less metal, plus there's so much movement of air going through, there is no real sound to them. There is a sound, but it just drops everything right down. And I'm going to click these sticks in a minute, so hang on in there to show you how you can compare the sound in your room, in your home, compared to this drum kit. I'll give you an idea of what the volume sounds like. So you've got a 10-inch tom on the rack, you've got a 14-inch floor tom, 13-inch snare drum, 14-inch hi-hat, and a 16-inch cymbal here that you can use for a ride or a crash. It's up to you. 18-inch bass drum. Mesh head on the front, mesh head on the back as well with the bass drum. So when I show you this little experiment of the volume, if you wanted more tone, you could replace the bottom heads, by the way, with a standard drum head like that comes on this Cafe Racer here. You can put that. That'll give you a little more volume and a little more tone. Same with the front bass drum. So let's continue with the kit. It comes with a very basic hi-hat stand, very basic drum pedal. So I wouldn't suggest this is like a kit to go out. I've even been asked the question, is this good for very low volume sort of show in a corner of a pub or a room of some kind? Not really. One, it's not robust enough for carrying back and forth all the time, and it's not really got that sort of volume to it. You can, if you want to, convert this by putting drum heads all the way around, and it becomes then a standard bop small drum kit. But you must remember this is the lower price range, so the fit-ins, etc., are very small on there. But for practice at home, even for a gigging drummer that's got a real top quality drum kit like that one, these are fantastic because they just help you to improve the dexterity of hands and legs. Now, I prefer that to the setup where you can have a number of practice pads on a steel frame. I feel this gives more response. It feels more like a drum kit than a practice pad would. So I've got that there to show you comparison of volume as well. So let's do the volume. If I was to click my sticks, if you have a set of sticks with you and you click yours in the room that you're in, and then I was to click that, you can now get an understanding of the difference between my sticks and the volume of this. When I'm practicing, basically how it comes out is the sticks and this are pretty much the same volume, but I'll just show you now. So if I click 4, so you can also tell as I hit that, it's actually very quiet. The beauty of low volume cymbals is they don't increase in volume. So as you're driving and you hit a bit harder, you're not, again, going to affect people around you. They just stay pretty much at the same volume. So again, if you've got a practice pad, I got one here. My microphone is pretty much centered to the practice pad. So I can show you, if you've got a practice pad at home, I wouldn't say there's any more volume between the Stealth kit and the practice pad. The tom is actually quieter. The reason the snare's a bit louder is they have put a standard drum head underneath. There is a snare throat on there as well, but I find this a little irritating, if I'm honest, so I just drop it off. Practice pad. So if you've got sticks, if you've got a practice pad and your neighbours don't complain about that, then you've got no problem with this kit.